And welcome back to Unmuted at GosuGamers. I'm Sharil. I'm joined by Jarrad. Here we'll be talking about the recently concluded PGL Stockholm 2021. And that major saw a very interesting thing happen. We saw a lot of history made. I mean, the fact that Simple won his first major, Navi won. Okay, now Navi winning wasn't a surprise, but it was a joy to see as well.
Yeah,
because they were playing at their best level ever, in front of a stadium full of people chanting Navi, Navi. I mean, the energy there, I think they were really living from those and that energy, and that is a joy to see. But what we also saw was the rise of more CIS teams in the top echelon of CSGO. I mean, team like Navi and Gambit are in the playoffs, and they represent CIS. And then on the other side, we also saw European teams, teams like G2, like Heroic, they were representing Europe to play at the highest level of CSGO right now. Unfortunately, we only saw these two. We did see Furia. Furia is the only representative from South America, but they were playing their best.
They looked amazing.
Yeah, they were amazing. Yeah. I mean, it's sad to see where they fell, but the fact they are going against one, we can easily call them one of the top 10 teams in the world right now.
Oh yes, definitely, yeah. Without fail.
And the fact that we saw a CIS versus Europe grand final versus Natus Vince on Avi, and also G2 esports. That was I wouldn't say once in a lifetime thing, but it was a joy to watch.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Especially that last round between those two teams. Were you entertained by the extended match?
Once upon a time, Fallen and Colzera were those Brazilian overlords of CSGO. Like we all know those names. And this is what Furia Esports, I think, have brought back a bit. Sure, they didn't win. But 5th to 8th against the standard of these teams that were in the top 8 is amazing for them. And I'd love to see it.
I'm actually waiting for them to go top 4 next year.
Yes,
I hope they can bring follow up with the momentum that they have received through this major and bring it over all the way to the 2022 major. Hopefully there will be a 2022 major, depending on whatever is happening right now in the world. But we cannot fault the game that they played. We can't really fault. Like we cannot really fault the game that the grand final played, between Navi and G2.
Yeah.
Especially that the extended time matches. I mean, the fact that they had to be pushed into extended time shows that how good those two teams were, even though they only played like 2 maps.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you saw it right from the start. Even in the first map, Navi, I think, got the first 2 rounds, the pistol round and then the next one.
Yep.
And I think then G2 finally picked up, and then Navi came back. So G2 were on a eco, and they kept fighting. Yeah,
they were on equal footing in both rounds, both maps, and
it kept on going back and forth. And it was brilliant to see that it was clearly the 2 teams at the top of the game right now that were in the grand finals.
Yeah, the fact that those 2 were really neck and neck, and they were playing on the back of the journey they gone through the the group stages, the playoffs, all the RMRs to get to this point shows that they deserve the spot of at that grand finals. And I think it was a joy to see those two teams play.
I think the one like biggest takeaway for me was just Simple absolutely dominating that first game. 32-17, I think, was his final score. And wow, why he absolutely like destroyed everyone. The thing is, though, he wasn't just the only factor of that Navi squad.
I mean, you cannot forget about Bit. He's the rookie.
That entire team, like at some stage, they stood up and were like, you know what? Okay, maybe Simple's like died in this round. Hey, it's our turn now. Let's go. Perfecto, Electronic, all of that team just performed amazingly together.
Yeah, the fact that they don't have only like one running man. They have the whole team is the whole team is the running man. They can depend on every single member of the team to actually carry. Okay, no one member was carrying the team. No single member was carrying the team.
Oh no,
everybody was carrying the team.
Yeah, sure. Like Simple was getting the kills, but it wasn't just a Simple show.
It was a team kill. Like I will have to say, everybody contributed on getting his every kill. It's not him. There's no divas going out there.
Yeah, of course. But on that note as well, we have to look at G2's performance because again, it wasn't just one thing. A lot of the time we saw Jax absolutely destroy Navi, like without fail. Then Hunter would come in and do the same thing the next round. Amanek would do the same thing. Nico, obviously, yes, we'll probably like have to look closely at that
we have to look closely at the team because but we not as closely as we have to look at Simple.
Oh yeah,
we can only hope to see where he's going to bring him and the team next stage. Well, if he's going to stay with Navi or he's going to move on, we don't know yet. But I will definitely think that he is the current face for CS:GO right now.
Yes, yeah, definitely. And it was so good to see him finally winning as well. You could see how much it meant to him.
Yes, it was. I mean, we saw pictures, we saw videos of him, on stage. It was. I'm repeating this, but it was a joy to see them play, especially with playing on a LAN stage after so long. Yeah, and it's something that I hope will be repeated again and again. It's not going to be like curtailed thanks to the pandemic.
Yeah, we do hope to see much more of this in 2022.
Yeah. On that note, is there any other teams that you wish you saw like gone through?
Look, I'm a firm lover of FaZe Clan. I have been for a while, and they didn't show up at all at this major. They kind of looked like a little bit of a mess. And when you have players like Carrigan and Olafmeister, you kind of want to see more of them.
Yeah.
Obviously, like my reason for loving that team is purely because of coldzera having been there before, and coldzera is easily one of my favorite CS players. But he's not playing anymore, so I was kind of hoping to see FaZe go further. I hope that they pick themselves up going into the new year.
Yeah, I mean they have really good old guts, but in a way they are old. So I hope they can bring in some new blood, just to show them up a little bit. Because I mean that name shouldn't be relegated to like second tier or third tier.
No, not at all.
Yeah. So well, as I was saying just earlier that this major was we saw a lot of history being made. I mean, the biggest one was Navi winning, but also Navi winning what essentially was the whole of the prize money in 2019. They got a share of $1 million out of the 2 million.
Mm-hmm.
So this is this is the biggest major prize pool ever. So
wow,
it's something to be celebrated for, definitely.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
It's what these teams play for. Like, yeah, sure, they have passion for the game and they love the game, but at the end of the day, you know, them winning this huge sum of money is going to be like up there. It's definitely something that's
I
positive.
hope seeing these wins by these teams, especially with the underdogs, will actually spur new players to come into the industry.
Yeah.
And that wraps up this edition of Unmuted with GosuGamers. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment with all of our content, especially this video content with in the comment below with what you like, what you don't like, what you want to see in the future. If you want to see more CS2 content, and follow us on social media. We are on Facebook, we are on Twitter, we are on Instagram, and we are also on Spotify and iTunes if you want to follow our Unmuted series, like where we have our guests like special guests and also our colleagues like Jarrad here. We have Freddie, we have Christy and Dave. And do follow us on social media and comment on our content and look forward to our next video. See you guys.